First of all, I'm really pleased to have loads of club staff in the room. I think that's really important and is a really strong message about what we stand for as a football club. We're all in this together. So I've got lots of staff in the room from all departments across the group, so it's really great to have you with us. Really good to have the press pool with us. So we've got Sky Sports News in the room, we've got ITV Anglia, we've got BBC Look East, we've got The Sun, we've got The Citizen, so welcome to Toby, we've got MKFM, Three Counties Radio, Bauer and Global. So great to have you with us. We are absolutely thrilled to confirm and welcome Paul Warne as the new head coach of MK Dons on a long-term 4-year deal. This is a significant appointment for this football club. This is an ambitious appointment, and on behalf of our chairman, Fahad Al-Ghanin, the board of directors and everyone at the club, we welcome you, Paul. We're delighted to have you with us, and we're looking forward to the journey.
Thank you.
What we're going to do is we're going to open up to the floor and do the presser, which Joe's going to manage. And then I know some of you want to do some one-to-ones at the end. I know Sky wants to do a one-to-one and a few others, so we'll make Paul will make himself available to do that.
Well, I am now, yes, obviously. Where's Look East, by the way?
Look East, not here, I'm afraid.
Oh, you said Look East?
Yeah, they're on my list.
They were
God, I got excited then. I'm a Norwich boy.
Well, there you go. We'll get you on.
Okay. We'll get you on
I was
there.
going to say I didn't see any tractors outside. So I could say that because I'm from there before everyone gets all prickly about regional jokes.
All right, then.
Great,
We'll
Joe.
start with Michael from Sky Sports News.
Hi, Paul.
Hiya.
Many congratulations.
Thank you.
Thought your feelings on the job here.
A very open question. Really pleased. I obviously finished work a couple of months ago. I haven't been to any games apart from one. It's hard being a manager out of work because you can't go anywhere because every manager seems to be under pressure now because it's a tough job and obviously quick turnaround. So I'm really pleased to get back in. Spoke to a few clubs. We were fortunate, like me and Rich and people I've worked with, we've had some really good success. So we spoke to a few clubs, and out of the clubs we spoke to, this was the standout for us. I liked a lot of things about it. I love the fact that mostly I like the fact that we were allowed to come in with the support of the gentleman either side of me, with the chairman's backing, to really imprint our being, I suppose is not the best way of putting it, but our culture on it, and try to change things and try and help the club go to where they want to go, which is great. I know it's a long journey. I know it's not going to be an easy journey. I don't think we're not magicians. We're not going to come in here and click our fingers, but really excited by how everything's being developed and the training ground and everything underneath your feet here now, and just to come in and work with the players and try and help them win football matches. So all of that was really exciting. I had a few meetings about it, and what they want to do with the football club for this city is really exciting. So for me, and I am a bit quirky, I know I am, the whole culture driver thing was a massive thing for me. I'm all about trying to, get the community, the players, the fan base, everything together to try and help make it a brilliant place to play football, which hopefully people want to come and watch.
And 4 years in the EFL, that's a long contract. So that suggests you're in it here for the long term, I think.
Yeah, I think, I know you know this, but I was at Rotherham for many years. I only left Rotherham, we left them in a really good place. And I went to Derby for the same reason. I went there for a long period. I think I'm really loyal, and I've come here because I can see what this can be. I was here, I watched Richie, he'll tell you more than me, but I watched Richie when he was the assistant against Man United here in the Cup. I came here with teams in the Champ, and I know where this club can get to. So it is really exciting for that. And that's what appeals to me, that I think that if we can get a lot of things right, we could have a really good future. And like a lot of clubs I know are in different transitional periods or down times or something like that, it doesn't feel like this here. It feels like, I know it hasn't been a good season for the fan base, I appreciate that, but it does feel like a great time to come in, and especially with the end of season as close as it is, then we can have real big effects in the summer to try and have a really exciting campaign next year. So that's what drives me. I'm not like an egotist or anything like that. I like to be around people that I like to be around. That's the truth, right? So I think football's all about the people. So the players you have in the dressing room have got to be good people. They're the people I hang out with 6 days a week for 10 months of the year. you know, and I want to work with really good people who see the world like I do. So in fairness to Liam read a few books that I'd read, so I knew straight away that, I know it sounds a bit like, but I like people who see the world like I see it, put it that way. And how I see the world is, look, treat people really well, you'll get something out of it. And I think in the past we've treated our players really well, they've run through brick walls for us, they've performed really well, and we hope to be able to create that same mentality and feeling at this place.
Liam, I can tell Paul did a good interview. Why did you go for Paul in the end? I'm sure there were some outstanding candidates as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've run a comprehensive process here that I recognise has taken some time. You're right, Paul was overwhelmingly, and I know every football club will sit here and say that you're the first choice, but that is absolutely true. And the main thing here is alignment, right? It's alignment in thought process, but the way that Paul puts not just people first, but the environment first, the culture first. Those are things that are really prominent in our thinking, and this is an appointment for the long term. It's something that I think from the outside looking in, people will see it as an ambitious kind of statement, but it's about the journey, and as much as the journey is exciting, what we're buying into is how training will look tomorrow, and then how the game will look on Friday, and it starts with that, and it starts with the behaviours and the culture, and aligning this whole place. And I've seen here what can happen when we get it right in the dressing room, and then that connects to the people in the stands, and that can be powerful. And if we get that going, as I'm sure we will, then we're in for an exciting journey, I think.
The Cashmade from the BBC.
Well, just one for me. I think we're going to have a one-to-one shortly. In your opening kind of statement that was on the website, used the word the culture of the football club. It was certainly used. Do you think the club needs a cultural reset?
Oh, good question. Well, fundamentally, something hasn't worked. If we're honest, when I see, you know, where the club stands in the league table and where the club wants to go, and if everything is aligned or not, but I'm a massive cultural driver, so I could go in any club and think that, look, this is how I want to work, this is how I want it to look, this is how I want people to be treated, this is how I want the rooms to look. These are the things that are important to me as a coach. Some clubs have their own stance. This is how we work as a football club. You come in as a head coach and a head coach only. You just coach the players from these times, and that's all your role is. Whereas here, I feel like the role is bigger than that, and I can play a massive part. I'd like to think I can. Of engaging with the fans, engaging with the schools, engaging with the city. I love my players, and if players are listening to this and they don't like it, that's fine, they won't play for me, but I like my players to do loads of things in the community. I like them to care about the city they work in and the people they play for, and all them things, if you connect, is a powerful force. So that's I'm not saying the culture is wrong. I've been here for like 3 hours, so I do well to judge the culture. Everyone's been really nice. The one thing I can judge on, I took 4 members of staff for a coffee, of only 2 wanted caffeine, which I found strange. So already I'm going to try and address that culture, that coffee is king. 2 bottles of water, which was a strange purchase. But so that definitely needs addressing, and I haven't seen an amazing coffee machine downstairs yet, so the chairman said I could have what I wanted. So
within reason.
Within reason.
But
So I
machine.
will be flicking through Argos or suitable another company later on.
What you have, yes, you're right, the form and the football hasn't been great this season, but what you're inheriting are a group of good footballers. There's some great talent in the squad.
Yeah.
That must excite you.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised to know I've watched loads of the Dons games over recent weeks. So I can see there's talent in there. I can see there's, which by the way, this isn't a criticism of what's gone before, I can't bear that. But everyone sees football in a different way. So me and Rich have seen things like we're working with the analysts now about how we're going to present to the lads tomorrow. But we've seen things that we would do differently and how we think we can win games. And, you know, if you didn't think that you could get more out of a group of players, you wouldn't turn up. I haven't come here to be, you know, 5th bottom in League Two for 4 years. That would be horrific. So you could definitely quote me on that. So I've come here because I feel like if we can get it right and we can, change a few things, then we could have a really exciting time. But I also know I'm not naive enough to sit here that think I'm Harry Potter. I'm not going to come in and create magic over it, and people are going to turn up Friday and go, wow, look, this is like unbelievable, 7-0. Like, it's not crazy like that. It will take time. It does take hard work. I think, weirdly, I'm a slow burner, which isn't great news with only 4 games left. But I think I'm a relationship leader, and the lads have to trust me. But it's all right me saying it. It takes time to build people's trust. I know that. So I've had that at every job I've done. So hopefully over the next few weeks I can embed myself with the staff and with the players and try and get us to play in a way that gives us even greater chances to win games.
And just a word on Richie, who's been here before and was very popular here. That must
What?
I know.
Wow, those were crazy days. Crazy days.
Yeah. I imagine it's quite useful to you to have somebody who kind of knows their way around the place.
Yeah, it is, Andy. I mean, if I hear one more Dele Alli story, though, I've been hearing him for years, honestly. Every time he comes on TV, oh, here we go, MK Dons. So, yeah, it's good. And obviously, he is an unbelievable coach. And I feel a bit of a fraud that I'm the one who sits here and says everything. Rich is a massive part of our success, quite obviously. He's a very diligent coach, great human being, has the same moral compass as me, which is essential. I hang out with very similar people. So our wives have been best mates for years. My kids are best mates, even though he's living in Brighton, mine live in Yorkshire. It's a crazy thing. And you're right, when we first walked in today, if I didn't walk in with him, and you in fairness, I'd have definitely got lost. So he's a safe pair of hands, so to speak. But yeah, and he is buzzing to be back. Let me put it that way. We had options, and he said from day one this is where he wanted to come.
Thank you.
No worries.
Toby Locke from the MK Sisters.
Paul.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, how you doing? Coming in with 4 games to go, a lot of managers might want to come in the pre-season and build up to things. But given that you've got 4 games, it kind of gives you that little bit of even a run-up before the run-up to pre-season, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, my professional answer is you want to come in and work with the players and have a good look. My honest answer is I was having quite a good time. I was looking forward to placing the sun every afternoon. It became my TV choice. So
It's not a bad one to be.
No, it was relaxing. I have a dog. I have 2 kids and a beautiful wife. I'm very fortunate. My home life's brilliant. My dog's amazing, so I love spending time with my dog. So I knew that to come in before the end of the season was like not a risk. I don't mean it was a risk. It was an educational need, I think, really. Like I didn't do a degree because I really wanted to, but because I knew for my own development I needed it. I think I needed to come in and I needed to feel the place and see the place, and I'll take opinions on everybody. I've already took opinions of 5 members of staff who 2 of them were too scared to order coffee. So and this is my opportunity really. I'll speak to anyone who's got an opinion on anything. I will listen to, and then I'll make my own assumption at the end. And it's harder to do that like when I come back. If I came back pre-season or off-season, I wouldn't really know what we're missing or what I think we need. And it will just give me a better chance to look at the players. Now I know that people in the room have already made their opinions on the playing squad, but fundamentally it's my opinion that matters. So realistically, all the players now with 4 games to go can start with 100. I'll knock points off them when I see behaviours that I don't like or performances that I'm not keen on. However, we're here to help them, and I want the players to enjoy playing for us. If they enjoy it and they play risk-free and they're fearless, they'll be better players. So it just enables us to come in and see them and to work with everyone and get things in place and then really hit the outer season running. And that's what attracted me to get in. That's the truth. Because then it gives us a much better chance with recruiting and a much better chance to produce a team. Look, we're coaches and managers and culture leaders and drivers, but fundamentally football's played by the footballers, not by us. Like literally, I've said it loads of times, I'm literally hanging on through them. I'm enjoying football through their eyes. Like I'm just hanging on the side I mean, if anyone's job is under threat at all times, it's mine, and let's not kid ourselves. You lot are a lot safer than me. So I know that, so we have to try and get as many things right so me and Rich can enjoy the ride with them.
You mentioned you do due diligence in the build-up to this. You watched a few games. Something that's come under, I suppose, criticism in the last few months, season even, has been the style of play. What would you say your style of play is, and how do you think that can fix things downstairs?
Good question. My style of play, I think we overcomplicate the game a little bit too much for me. I think there's so many stats out there now, you just go insane. So my style of play is trying to win, so fundamentally, and I am very binary on my thought process. Look, every time we get the ball, I want the lads, if they can, to play forward. Every time we have the ball, it's an opportunity to score. Every time you're on the ball, it's an opportunity to do something great. I like players that take players on. I love PSG when I watched them last week. I love wingers that get crosses in the box. I love set pieces. I love just high energy football. So if that's a 3-5-2, a 4-3-3, a 3-box-1, whatever the case may be, it doesn't bother me what the shape is. If you look at all my teams, when we've been successful and had promotions, I've never stuck to one style. So there's not one style, but there's one level of effort that I expect. And I like my players to be fearless, like I've said, and I like them to be relentless, and I like them to play with a smile on their face. And if we do that, then I think we're a long way of being a successful team. How successful, who knows, but we'll definitely try and drive performances.
I suppose, you mentioned it there, sometimes you can get bogged down in all the statistics and overcomplicate things, and I suppose the glory of the game, the joy of the game kind of gets lost in that when ultimately you just think, let's just go and win a game of football.
Yeah, all we can do is drive performances. So whether someone slides it in from 2 yards out, puts it over the bar, I know it's always the manager's fault, but sometimes it isn't. But I do think I think all coaches have their methodology. Put it that way. There's no right or wrong. But what I try and do is I surround myself with players that have the same methodology as me. That's probably the best tip. And I want players that have a real hunger for success. Now that could be a 36-year-old or a 21-year-old. It doesn't. I'm not ageist in any way. I do know that each team that does really well has an element of experience throughout the core. But I do know that it's our job as coaches is to present to them how we like to see football being played and try and encourage them to play that way, and then hopefully you get a successful mix. But like I've said, and I'll say to the players tomorrow, that they'll just expect that what I'm doing now, obviously I'm really well media trained, not. So I just speak from the heart, and I'm a really honest guy, a sincere guy, I like to think, as is Rich. And I want my players to play with a real energetic, but a sincerity about it. It's an unbelievable job that will be over at a heartbeat. And I've had loads of players. I saw one of my old players last week who said, you used to harp on about my career was over in a heartbeat. And now it is, I realise it. So I want the lads to enjoy playing for us and enjoy the fan base getting behind them and looking forward to a really good future, which, as jobs go, working in football is right up there.
Thank you.
No worries.
Neil, it's been a long time, this manager hunt.
Feels a very long time, Toby, I have to say.
Would you, in an ideal world, have had it done sooner, or was it just a case of waiting for the right time?
I think it's more important to get it right, and we believe we've got it right. So I'd rather get it right and take time than rush and not get it right. So it's fair to say Liam and I have seen lots and lots of people over the last 6 weeks. But we've landed on this man, and he was our first choice, and we're really pleased to get it done. So in an ideal world, we would have liked to get it done sooner, but we don't live in an ideal world, Toby. And we're pleased to be here today. We're pleased to have got it concluded now.
And Fahad's obviously fully on board with the situation.
Well,
Was it a case of having to wait for him to come and make the final call?
Yeah, obviously Fahad and the owners are very busy people, so we had to wait for them to come into the country last week and just finish off the process. So delighted to have done that, and Fahad and Liam and I were unanimous on the direction of travel. When I called Fahad, was it yesterday or the day before you confirmed? Was it Monday afternoon?
I don't even know what day it was.
What day? It's Wednesday. So it's Monday afternoon. So when I called Fahad to say, we've got him, that was greeted with a cheer over in Q8, whoever he was with. He was absolutely delighted. So we're really pleased.
And Liam, we're going into it with four games to go. There is still that looming threat of relegation. It's not completely written off yet. Sorry, I'll break that one to you. But now is the time that the team kind of needs to find their feet a little bit in these times.
Yeah, I think what I would firstly like to say is probably thank you to Ben Gladwin and the team that have run the team in the interim period, because I recognise that has not been an easy period, but it has been an incredibly important period for us to get a response from the run that we were on. And the team initially did that and picked up what now look like some very crucial points. I then also recognise it's not been easy because everybody is kind of in between leadership, which is what this comes down to so often. So we hope now that there's clarity, and this is now the moment that this journey continues on its new path with new leadership, and I think it's for everybody to get on board. And one thing is for sure, if they don't get on board, then they'll have to leave the journey, and we'll go off with people that will. So there's a very clear message there, but also some clarity that I think the players and staff have been searching for. So I'm pleased that that's now here.
And so what's going to be a situation with Ben and I suppose his team going forward?
Yeah, I mean, that is, I guess, for us to discuss over the next few days. At the moment, there's no kind of imminent departures. We've got 2 games over the Easter weekend. It's testament to Paul that he's open-minded to, as he said, hear the opinions of those guys, and then we'll work through that.
I suppose, is it going to be a similar sort of thing? I mean, when you approached with the transfer window, when we spoke last, you said you felt January put MK Dons maybe a window ahead of where they potentially should have been. I suppose that's all going to be up in the air again now, based on what Paul wants to do in the summer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we still feel like there's good quality in there, but yeah, absolutely, there'll be a period of assessment now for Paul, and yeah, it'd be up to those guys to prove to Paul that we're here to move forward.
Apologies, I didn't have a bobble hat on, by the way, in case no one recognised me when I walked in. I feel like I let you all down.
We've got plenty of bubble hats.
Yeah,
Plenty of bubble hats. Tom Johnson from MKFM.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've called this appointment a project. I know you've touched on some of this already, so apologies, but what does project mean to you in this context? Is it results? Is it getting people through the turnstiles?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's definitely putting performances together that gets results that fundamentally does get people through the turnstiles. So I'm well aware that successful teams bring excitement and fan base. I get that. So and our job in this city, in a one club city, is that we want to play football that excites people, but fundamentally gets the wins that excites people, and that's it. And I bandied the word project around in the way that, look, where the club sits currently and where mine and the gentleman beside me and the chairman's ambitions are 2 different places. So you're not going to get there in a heartbeat, obviously, and it's going to take however long it takes. And like where we start from today really is just trying to here we go, best practice. This is an elite football club. And we need to do everything we can to give the players the best opportunities.
Thank you.
No worries.
All good. Anybody in the room want to chuck one in? Okay.
Anyone not drink coffee?
Unbelievable.
Tea? Yeah, see, at least go for tea. I love a tea.
I love the smell of coffee.
Yeah, okay, that's good. I mean, I normally smell a coffee, so that's a positive. Tom Ford coffee.
I had a coffee earlier, so I'm fine.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you very, very much, everybody. I think Paul's got some more commitments to get through now, but thank you very much for coming. Greatly appreciated, and let's all welcome Paul to MK Dons.
Thank you.